All right, so let's have a few reminders about absolute value. So first of all, on your calculator. Well, let's focus. So you want to be able to find the absolute value button on your calculator. So that is going to be under Math. So you press the Math button. And then you have to arrow over to Number. Right? And then it's going to be right there, the very first one. So, for your calculator, it's Math. And then you have to arrow over to Number. And then it's going to be the very first one, ABS, for absolute value. So, you should be able to graph an absolute value. So, for example, y equals the absolute value of x plus 2. So just grab a calculator, go to y equals, and you need to get your absolute value sign. So you're going to press Math, Number, Enter, and you're going to type in your x plus 2 and graph it. Now, notice this function is doing exactly what we would expect it to do. The parent function of absolute value goes through 0, 0. This plus 2 means a horizontal shift to the left, and that's exactly what the graph did. All right. Another thing that you should be able to do with absolute values is solve them. So if I have x plus 2 is equal to 8. So remember the meaning of absolute value. Absolute value means the distance from 0. So if this absolute value is equal to 8, that means the stuff inside the absolute value, x plus 2, could be equal to 8, or the stuff inside the absolute value could be equal to a negative 8. Because if the stuff in there is negative 8, and then I take the absolute value of it, it would come out to be positive 8. So then I would solve each of these little equations and subtract 2 from both sides, and x equals 6. Or over here, subtract 2 from both sides, and x would equal negative 10. Now, you can also use your calculators for this. So, I've already got absolute value of x plus 2 in my calculator. So I'm going to go to my table, and I'm going to look for when the output is 8. All right, well, you see there, 6 and 8. So there's one solution. But with absolute value, we tend to have two solutions because you've got that V shape. And so I can go and check my other solution at negative 10. And do you see at negative 10, we also have an output of 8. Right? So remember that you can use your calculator to check. But one more time, absolute value, Math, Number, choice 1.